I stepped into the old Ryokan Inn, a traditional Japanese guest house, and immediately felt a chill that seemed to seep into my bones. The air was unnaturally cold, hinting at the eerie atmosphere of the place that awaited me. That night, as I settled into my room, whispers filled the air, disturbing the silence. I glanced around, searching for a source, but found myself completely alone. The whispers continued, soft and indistinct, adding a layer of unease to the darkness. The following morning, I mentioned the whispers to the innkeeper, who sighed deeply before revealing the inn's haunted history. He spoke of ancient spirits said to roam the hallways, forever bound to the earthly realm, their whispers a staple of nights there. Later, I ventured to a nearby ancient castle in Kyoto, where the air was punctuated by unexplained cold spots. Each step seemed to lead me into a new pocket of icy air, making the hairs on my neck stand on end. In Nara, I visited a deserted shrine where I decided to take photos. Upon reviewing the images, I noticed a mysterious figure lurking in the background of one shot. No one had been around when I took it, making the figure's presence all the more chilling. In the dimly lit streets of the village, I met an elderly local who eagerly shared tales of spirits that supposedly roamed the area after dark. His stories, rich with detail, described spectral figures that wandered aimlessly, their presence almost palpable in the night air. That night, trouble sleeping was an understatement. I kept waking to the unsettling sensation of being watched. Despite scanning the room multiple times, there was never anyone there. The darkness seemed to hold a presence that was both curious and unnerving. The next day, I ventured to Aokigahara Forest, a site infamous for its eerie atmosphere and tragic past. As I walked through the sea of trees, a profound sadness and a heavy, oppressive air enveloped me, making each step feel like wading through grief. My journey continued to Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park, where history's shadows loom large. It was here, among the echoes of past sorrows, that I glimpsed an apparition. A figure in a traditional kimono, spectral yet distinct, appeared briefly before vanishing into thin air. In Tokyo, the bustling cityscape couldn't have been more different from the quiet forests and solemn memorials. Yet even here, the supernatural followed. At a subway station, lights flickered without cause, and the air turned inexplicably cold, sending shivers down my spine. In a dimly lit corner of a bustling market, I stumbled upon an old, dusty Japanese doll. Its glassy eyes seemed to follow me, and on closer inspection, I noticed it subtly changing positions each time I looked away. As the sun set over Kyoto, the haunting strains of a traditional Japanese instrument filled the air. There was no musician in sight, yet the melody lingered, weaving through the serene garden paths of Kanazawa, adding an eerie undertone to the beauty around me. Exploring an abandoned school in Hokkaido, I felt a distinct tap on my shoulder. Turning around, I found only empty hallways and the echo of my footsteps. The chilling touch left me hurriedly retracing my steps back to the daylight. The visit to Osaka Castle took a mysterious turn when a shadowy figure appeared on the path ahead. It moved with an unnatural speed and dissolved into the air as quickly as it had appeared, leaving behind a trail of cold air. In a cozy village pub, the night came alive with stories from a local storyteller. Each tale was steeped in the ghostly history of the area, shared over warm drinks, drawing us closer into the spectral world of Japan. In the heart of bustling Shinjuku, amidst the neon lights and towering skyscrapers, my hotel room became a stage for unexplained phenomena. Electronics flickered without reason, and eerie noises echoed through the walls, turning what should have been a restful night into a spine-tingling ordeal. At a historic onsen, renowned for its tranquil waters and scenic views, I encountered something utterly chilling. As I gazed into the gently rippling water, fleeting reflections appeared beside me, though I stood alone. The serene setting belied the eerie presence that seemed to hover just out of sight. One quiet evening in Ginza, as I wandered down an empty alley, a sudden gust of wind swept past me, carrying a soft whisper. The voice was indistinct, yet unmistakably there, transforming the empty pathway into a corridor of whispered secrets. Back in my room after a day of sightseeing, I noticed subtle disturbances. Personal items weren't where I'd left them. A book shifted slightly, a scarf draped differently. These small, inexplicable movements suggested an unseen presence, playfully rearranging my belongings. During a conversation with a wise monk, I sought understanding and perhaps protection from the spectral encounters I'd faced. He spoke of spirits lingering among the living, offering insights that both comforted and intrigued, weaving a tapestry of spiritual tradition and mysterious lore. In a serene temple garden, I had the opportunity to speak with a monk about the spiritual encounters common in the area. He shared insights on the presence of spirits and offered advice on protective practices to ward off any negative energies. As my journey in Japan came to an end, I left with a profound connection to the supernatural stories that had woven themselves into my experiences. The ghostly encounters and eerie sensations were unforgettable, marking my visit with a mystical depth that lingered long after.